students, if you are first time watching my video, please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon so that you will get notification whenever I upload new video on the maths concepts. Also, after watching this video, if the concept is clear to you, don't forget to give a like and share the video with your friends. Now let us start the concept of this video. Before watching this video, please watch my previous video, that is problems based on De Moivre's theorem part 1, so that you will get an idea the important points which should be remembered to solve the problems on this concept. As well as I have explained few different model problems and shortcut formula in previous video, which will be useful for your competitive exams. Remaining model problems, let us continue in this video. First problem, 1 plus I root 3 by 1 minus I root 3 whole power 6 plus 1 minus I root 3 by 1 plus I root 3 whole power 6. So this can be written as 1 plus I root 3 whole power 6 by 1 minus I root 3 whole power 6 plus 1 minus I root 3 whole power 6 by 1 plus I root 3 whole power 6. Now simply add these two fractions. LCM for these two fractions will be 1 minus I root 3 whole power 6 into 1 plus I root 3 whole power 6. Is it not? Now, so here this becomes 1 plus I root 3. Already 1 minus I root 3 whole power 6 is there. So, only missing is 1 plus I root 3 whole power 6. So, if we multiply with this becomes 1 plus I root 3 whole power 6 plus 6 is nothing but 12. So, this is 12 plus 1 minus I root 3 whole power 6. Already 1 plus I root 3 whole power 6 is there. Missing is 1 minus I root 3 whole power 6. So, if you multiply with the numerator, this becomes 6 plus 6. 6 plus 6 is nothing but 12. So, here it will be 12. Now for the numerator, apply the shortcut formula which we learnt in the previous video, that is part 1. Just apply it. Here 1 plus I whole power 6 plus 1 minus I root 3 whole power 12. Here 1 plus I root 3 whole power 12 plus 1 minus I root 3 whole power 12. So in place of n, here it is 12. So by using the shortcut formula, the numerator value will be 2 power n plus 1. That is 12 plus 1 into cos n pi. N is 12. 12 into pi by 3. Now denominator can be written as 1 plus 1 minus I root 3 into 1 plus I root 3 whole power 6. Is it not? So this becomes a minus b into a plus b. This is of the form a minus b into a plus b. So we can write the denominator as a square minus b square. So this becomes 2 power 13. So here cos 4 pi by 1 square is nothing but 1 minus I square root 3 square is 3 whole power 6. This is equal to 2 power 13 into cos 4 pi by 1 minus I square is minus 1. Minus into minus, it becomes plus. So this is plus 1 into 3 is nothing but 3. Is it not? So 3 whole power 6. This is equal to 2 power 13 by cos 4 pi is nothing but 1. Is it not? Because cos 2 into 2 pi. 4 pi can be written as 2 into 2 pi. Cos 2 pi value is 1. So cos 4 pi value will be also 1 by 4 power 16. 4 power 6. Whole power 6, is it not? So 4 power 6. This is equal to 2 power 13 by 4 can be written as 2 square. 2 square whole power 6. So this is equal to 2 power 13 by 2 power 12. So this is equal to 2 power 13 minus 12. That is, if we bring 2 power 12 to numerator, plus 12 becomes minus 12. So finally we will get 2. 2 is the final answer. Okay. So if they give this type of problem, simply do the addition of two fractions and apply the shortcut method which I explained in the previous video. You will get the required answer. Okay. In this way you have to solve this type of problems. Now let us go to next problem. If alpha and beta are the roots of x square minus 4x plus 8 equal to 0, then for any n belongs to n, alpha power 2n plus beta power 2n equal to. If they give this type of problem, first find the value of x for this quadratic equation using the formula x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. So this is equal to, in place of a it is 1, is it not? This is of the form ax square minus plus bx, that is, this is of the form ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. So in place of a, here it is 1. In place of b it is minus 4. In place of c it is 8. So in place of b it is minus 4. So minus into minus it becomes plus. So the value here will be b4 plus or minus square root of b square is nothing but 4 square. 4 square minus 4 square is nothing but 16 minus 4ac. So in place of a it is 1, is it not? 1 into 8 is 8. 8 into 4 is 32 by 2a. In place of a it is 1. So this is 2. So this is equal to 4 plus or minus square root of minus 16 by 2. So this is equal to 2 plus or minus square root of minus 1 can be written as I square, is it not? So square root of I will be I, and square root of 16 is nothing but 4. So 4I by 2. So this is equal to 2 plus or minus 2I. Understood? So this 4, and I have just splitted this. 4 by 2 is nothing but 2 plus or minus square root of minus 16 is nothing but I square is nothing but minus 1. Square root of I square is I, and square root of 16 is 4. So 4I by this denominator 2. So this became 2I. Just I have splitted this denominator to both. 4 by 2 to square root of minus 16 by 2. So then I got the value as 2 plus or minus 4I by 2. So this can be written as 2, if you take 2 common, this can be written as 1 plus or minus I. Once you get the value of x, they ask to find the value of alpha power 2n and beta power 2n. Alpha, beta are the roots of this quadratic equation, is it not? So roots of this quadratic equation are 2 into 1 plus or minus I. So take alpha as 2 into 1 plus I. Take alpha as 1 plus I, beta as 2 into 1 minus I. Okay, so now we got alpha value, beta value. So we can easily calculate alpha power 2n and beta power 2n, is it not? Now let us do that. So this becomes alpha power 2n plus beta power 2n equal to 2 into 1 plus I whole power 2n plus 2 into 1 minus I whole power 2n. I have just substituted the values of alpha and beta. Okay. So this is equal to 2 power n into 1 plus I whole power 2n plus here 2n, is it not? 2 power 2n. 2 power 2n into 1 minus I whole power 2n. Now simply take 2n common. In both 2n is common, is it not? So just take it out. So this is equal to 2 power 2n into 1 plus I whole power 2n plus 1 minus I whole power 2n. So once we got the form of 1 plus I whole power n, 1 minus I whole power n, we know the shortcut formula which we learnt in previous video. Is it not? We can easily apply that and get the value for this 1 plus I whole power 2n plus 1 minus I whole power 2n. So this is equal to 2 power 2n. As we studied in previous video, the value of this will be, in place of n, here it is 2n. Is it not? So 2 power 2n by 2 plus 1 into cos 2n pi by 4. So here 2 cancels, here 2 2's. So finally we got 2 power 2n into 2 power n plus 1 into cos n pi by 2. So this is equal to 2 power 2n plus n plus 1 into cos n pi by 2. 2 power 2n into 2 power n plus 1. I have just added the powers. So this becomes 2 power 3n plus 1 into cos n pi by 2 is the final answer. Okay. So if they give this type of problem, that is if they give a quadratic equation and ask the value of alpha for some power plus beta power some power, simply first find the roots of the quadratic equation by using minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. Once you get the roots, you will get two roots. Is it not? So take one as alpha and the other as beta. Okay, and do as I have done for this model problem. And if you are able to apply the shortcut method, simply apply the shortcut method and get the value as I have done for this problem. It will save time in your competitive exams. Okay. Now let us go to next model problem. Next problem, if cos alpha plus cos beta equal to sin alpha plus sin beta, then cos 2 alpha plus cos 2 beta equal to. If they give this type of problem, first observe how many angles are there. Here two angles are there. One is alpha and the other is beta. Is it not? So take A is equal to cis alpha, B equal to cis beta. Then simply add these two, A plus B. So this becomes cis alpha is nothing but cos alpha plus I sin alpha plus B is nothing but cis beta. Cis beta means cos beta plus I sin beta. Is it not? We have studied in previous video part 1. We can write it in shortcut form as cos alpha plus I sin beta as cis cos alpha plus sin alpha as cis alpha. Is it not? The shortcut method I have just taken here. So this is equal to, now this becomes cos alpha plus cos beta. I am just adding the real part and the imaginary parts plus I into sin alpha plus sin beta. So this is equal to cos alpha plus beta, they have given the condition as 0. So this value is 0 plus I into sin alpha plus beta, they have given the condition as 0. Is it not? 0 equal to sin alpha plus beta means this whole value is 0. So this is also 0. So finally we got 0. So when we add A plus B, the value is 0. Now square, they asked for cos 2 alpha plus 2 beta. So we need real part of that is real part of this cis and A and B, the cis alpha and cis beta, such that it will be cos 2 alpha and cos 2 beta. Is it not? So just simply square on both sides. A plus B whole square is equal to 0. This becomes A square plus B square plus 2AB is equal to 0. Is it not? A plus B whole square is A square plus B square plus 2AB. Now, if we write here cis alpha whole square means we will definitely get cos 2 alpha by applying de Moivre's theorem. Is it not? So this is, so now we need cos 2 alpha plus 2 beta. So we need A square plus B square, the real part of A square plus B square. So just take this plus 2AB to RHS. So this becomes A square plus B square is equal to minus 2AB. Now substitute the values of A. This is A square is nothing but cis alpha whole square plus B square is nothing but cis beta whole square. This is equal to minus 2 cis alpha into cis beta. So this becomes cis 2 alpha. Just applying the De Moivre's theorem, cos theta plus I sin theta whole square is nothing but cos 2 alpha plus I sin 2 alpha, which is nothing but cis 2 alpha, is it not? So just apply the De Moivre's theorem. So this becomes cis 2 beta is equal to minus 2 into cis alpha plus beta. As we studied in previous video, the product of cis alpha and cis beta will be cis of alpha plus beta. Just we have to add the angles. Okay. So each and every step I have already explained in the previous video the shortcut methods and De Moivre's theorem, how to apply the De Moivre's theorem in previous video. Once you watch the video, this video becomes very easy for you to understand the tricks which I am using to solve the problems in this video. Okay. So first watch the part 1, then come to this part 2. Okay. So this becomes, now cis 2 alpha plus 2 beta can be written as, which is nothing but we have to add these two. So if we add, we will get cos 2 alpha plus cos 2 beta plus I into sin 2 alpha plus sin 2 beta equal to minus 2 into cis alpha plus beta is nothing but cos of alpha plus beta. Okay. Minus, just I am multiplying this minus 2 with the I into sin alpha. This becomes minus 2 sin alpha plus beta. I am writing here as it is not clear. Okay, as it is not visible, I am just writing here. This is minus 2 sin I into minus 2I into sin alpha plus beta. Okay. Now we need cos 2 alpha plus 2 beta value only. So it is a real part of this complex number, is it not? Now compare the complex real part of these complex numbers on both sides. Just simply observe what we need. Just compare the real part or imaginary part which they asked to find the value. Here they asked for the cos 2 alpha and plus cos 2 beta, which is nothing but the real part. So simply compare the real part on both sides. We will get cos 2 alpha plus cos 2 beta equal to minus 2 cos alpha plus beta, which is our final answer. Okay. So if they give this type of problem, first observe how many angles they have given. Here they have given 2 angles, and next we have to check what they asked to find. Here here they asked for cos 2 alpha plus 2 beta. So we need a plus b whole square. So simply find first a plus b, square on both sides, apply the De Moivre's theorem, then just compare on both sides what they asked to find. You will get the required answer. In this way you have to solve this type of problems. Now let us go to next problem. Next problem, if cos alpha plus cos beta plus cos gamma equal to 0 equal to sin alpha plus sin beta plus sin gamma, then cos of alpha plus beta plus cos of beta plus gamma plus cos of alpha gamma plus alpha equal to. So here in this problem three angles are involved, is it not? Alpha, beta, gamma. So as we done for the previous problem, here also we have to take, as 3 angles are involved, we have to take A equal to cis alpha, B equal to cis beta, C equal to cis gamma. Now as we done for previous problem, here also next we have to check what they asked to find. Here they asked to find cos of alpha plus beta plus cos of beta plus gamma plus cos of gamma plus alpha. If we take A is equal to cos alpha, B is equal to cis, A is equal to cis alpha, B is equal to cis beta, C equal to cis gamma, then this is nothing but this cos alpha plus beta, cos beta plus gamma, plus cos gamma plus beta, gamma plus alpha are the real parts of the real parts which involve the A, B and C, is it not? So here alpha plus beta means it is nothing but it is clear that it is the real part of AB, is it not? Plus beta plus gamma means it is a nothing but B into C. So B into C plus gamma plus alpha is nothing but A into C. So these are the real part of this ABC if we do AB plus BC plus AC. So we have to use this ABC such that we will get the value of AB plus BC plus AC, is it not? So if we want this value, if we take reciprocal of this ABC and if you add, the numerator value will be this only, is it not? That is, if we take A is equal to cis alpha, then 1 by A becomes cis of minus alpha, as we studied. 1 by B becomes, if B is equal to cis beta, 1 by B is nothing but cis of minus beta. If C is equal to cis gamma means 1 by C is nothing but cis of minus gamma. So when we add these three, it is 1 by A plus 1 by B plus 1 by C. We know that the numerator value will be AB plus BC plus AC, is it not? So first we have to get the values of 1 by A, 1 by B, 1 by C. We had it. Now we have to do the addition of these three. Okay. In this way you have to logically think and solve this problem. First we have to find what they asked to find, what they asked us to find. First observe them, whether they asked for the real part or imaginary part, how the angles are, and using this ABC just proceed in solving the problem. Okay. Now just add these, for this problem just simply add 1 by A plus 1 by B plus 1 by C. So this is equal to cis of minus alpha plus cis of minus beta plus cis of minus gamma. This is quite similar to previous problem. For every model, every problems of this model simply depends on depends upon the question what they asked to find. Okay, first we have to observe the angles and proceed in solving the problems for this type of model. Okay, now this becomes this can be written as cos of minus alpha is nothing but cos alpha plus cos beta plus cos gamma minus I into sin alpha plus sin beta plus sin gamma. We have already studied, is it not, in previous video, that is cis of minus alpha plus minus beta will be cos alpha plus cos beta minus I into sin alpha plus sin beta. Here third angle is involved, just add to cos alpha plus cos beta the third angle, that is cos gamma. Okay. Now we have to use the condition which they have given. They have given cos alpha plus cos beta plus cos gamma equal to 0. So this is 0 minus I into sin alpha plus sin beta plus sin gamma is also given as 0. Is it not? They have mentioned. So this is also 0. So finally we will get 0. So we got one by A plus 1 by B plus 1 by C equal to 0. Now take the LCM. This becomes BC plus AC plus AB. Is it not? BC plus AC plus AB whole divided by ABC equal to 0. I am just adding these three fractions. Okay, this is equal to, this implies BC plus AC plus AB. we got the form what they asked to find us, is it not? They have given cos of alpha plus beta and cos of beta plus gamma plus cos of gamma plus alpha, is it not? They asked to find that. From this we have logically thought, and we logically they gave a hint that you have to find the AB plus BC plus AC value, is it not? So that is what we have done here. Finally we got BC plus AC plus AB is equal to 0. So this can be written as B value is nothing but cis beta, C value is nothing but cis gamma, A value is nothing but cis alpha, C value is nothing but cis gamma, A value is nothing but cis alpha, B value we have taken as cis beta equal to 0. So finally we got cos of beta plus gamma plus cos of alpha plus gamma plus cos of alpha plus beta whole into plus I into sin of alpha plus beta plus sin of alpha plus gamma plus sin of beta plus gamma equal to 0. Now just we need cos beta plus alpha plus gamma plus cos alpha plus beta value, is it not? So we have to compare the real parts on both sides. Then we will get, finally we will get cos of alpha plus beta plus cos of beta plus gamma plus cos of alpha plus gamma equal to 0. This is the final answer. So if they give this type of problems, first we have to observe how many angles are involved in this problem. Simply take those as A, B, C and proceed as we have done for this. Next we have to check what they asked to find. Okay, on the question we have, depending upon the question what they asked to find, we have to logically think and solve. You will get the required answer. Okay, it is simple. This type of model problems will be very simple if you once you will observe the logic behind the question which they asked to find. Okay, for this type of model problems. Okay, now let us go to next problem. Next problem. The product of the values of cos pi by 3 plus I sin pi by 3 whole power 3 by 4 is. So they have given cos pi by 3 plus I sin pi by 3 whole power 1 by 4. Now apply the De Moivre's theorem, taking in place of n as 1 by 3. So this can be written as cos pi plus I sin pi whole power 1 by 3. Understood? If we take in place of n as 1 by 3, this becomes cos n pi plus I sin n pi. This we can write it as cos pi plus I sin pi whole power n. So in place of n we have taken 1 by 3, I have just written here 1 by 3 whole power, they have given us 3 by 4. Now 3 cancels. So this is equal to cos pi plus I sin pi whole power 1 by 4. Now this can be written as, in short form we can write it as cis pi whole power 1 by 4. Now apply the De Moivre's theorem which we studied in previous video, part 1, that is cis pi whole power 1 by n can be written, value will be cis theta whole power n will be cis 2k theta plus pi by n, where k equal to 0, 1, 2, so on up to n minus 1. This is the formula we have studied, is it not? That we have to apply here, as it is cis theta whole power 1 by n. Okay, use that formula, apply here and get the value. So this can be written as cis of 2k pi plus pi. In place of n, here it is 4. So 4, k equal to 0, 1, 2. We have to take k value up to n minus 1. Is it not? 4 minus 1 is nothing but 3. Up to 3 we have to take. So finally we will get cis. If we keep k in place of k 0, this becomes 3 pi. No, pi by 4. This becomes cis pi by 4. Cis, if we keep 1 in place of k, if we take 1, this becomes 3 pi by 4 into cis. If in place of k, if we take 2, it becomes 4 pi plus pi is nothing but 5 pi by 4 into cis. If we take 3, this becomes 6 pi plus pi is nothing but 7 pi by 4. Now, as we studied before, the product of cis of angles will be, we have to just add the angles, cis of pi by 4 plus 3 pi by 4 plus 5 pi by 4 plus 7 pi by 4. This is equal to, as denominator is same, 1 plus 3 is 4, 4 plus 5 is 9, 9 plus 7 is 16. So we will get cis of 16 pi by 4. Now if we cancel, this is nothing but 4. So cis of 4 pi. So final answer is cis 4 pi is nothing but cis of 2 into 2 pi. 2 pi value is 1. So this value will be, cos of 2 pi value is 1 and sin of 2 pi value is 0. So we finally will get 1. So this is the final answer. Okay. So if they give any problem of this model, that is cos theta plus I sin theta whole power 1 by n, just first make it simplify, just simplify it by taking the n values to using the De Moivre's theorem to cos theta plus I sin theta whole power n. Once you will get the form of cos theta plus I sin theta whole power 1 by n, simply apply the formula, that is cis theta whole power 1 by n. Apply this formula and simplify, find the product of the cis of those angles, you will get the required answer. Okay, in this way you have to solve this type of problems. Hope you have got a complete idea how to logically think and solve the problems based on this concept De Moivre's theorem by watching my previous video part 1 and this video. Please like, share and subscribe Sharda Max Learn Concepts of Mathematics for more videos on more concepts. Thank you.